This is Raina Carrillo with Purpose and Passion here at the beautiful Lux Studios. And I'm so excited today because talk about a journey. It's interesting because at my former podcast, I got an opportunity to meet our guest a long time ago. And she's definitely been through a spiritual journey through trials and tribulations. And where she's heading to next is a beautiful 2022. I can see it already. So I'm so excited to bring Sandra Perez Webster, pastor.
Yes.
And co-founder and co-pastor of Total Restoration Ministries.
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you for gracing my show today, darling.
Thank you for gracing me to be here.
That's right. And so I was letting the viewers know, how we met, through your husband.
Yes.
And so I would like for you to kind of speak about that, that journey about his book before we go into It's All About You.
Yeah. Well, first, I want to thank you for giving that memory to us and allowing us to come and allowing him to share his book. My husband wrote his autobiography about 3 years ago.
Yes.
About 3 years ago. It's called I Never Knew My Name Was Royal. So he was a Chicago police officer and he got on drugs. He was homeless. So he was just basically in this book sharing his journey with that whole, addiction and homelessness to restoration and as a police officer, but, into restoration. And that's how we connected. And you gave us that an opportunity for him to go on your show and to share with your audience. I never knew my name was Royal. So thank you so much for that. Yes.
No, you're welcome. Your husband definitely had a powerful story because you think that law enforcement could be just perfect, right?
Yeah.
But, he went from law enforcement, a tragic incident happened.
Yeah.
That shifted him to a whole detour.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
he lost his partner.
Yes,
that's what had happened.
His law enforcement partner, right?
Yes.
And so that obviously was a trauma.
Yes.
And so his journey of that trauma through the trials and tribulations and being homeless and on drugs, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, and then him coming out of that.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, wow, that's very inspiring because a lot of people don't come out of that.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So I just wanted you to talk about that because I still feel his presence. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes. So that's why I wanted to mention him.
Yeah.
And just to let him know that he's not forgotten.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I want to talk about you. Where were your family born? Like where did they come from and where were you born and raised?
Well, my family is Mexican native, Mexicans. So, but I was born in San Benito, Texas, which is right outside of Reynosa, Mexico. And so that's where I was born. I was born there, but I was taken. My parents were migrant workers. So they went they relocated because there was opportunity for job in the Midwest. And so they moved to Ohio when I was just a baby. And my mom was pregnant with my sister and they were again, migrant workers. And so that's how we ended up in the Midwest. And so was my mom and her parents, as well as my parents, their parents and my uncles and aunts. And they just basically fell in love with Ohio. And so that's where I basically grew up in Ohio. And so that's why people always think that I'm from New York because they say you have a strong New York, but it is East Coast. So, we're kind of, sort of, but they're always like, you're from New York. No, I'm from Ohio. But it's the same kind of like, how do I say, culture of people.
And swag.
That swag. Yeah. So yes, and that's where I was raised all my life in Ohio, in a little country town called Perrysburg, Ohio.
Wow.
And I grew up with cornfields. I loved my childhood. I mean, I'm serious. We grew up with cornfields and country roads, and I'm just a country girl at heart. So I loved it. I loved my childhood. It was amazing and in a nice neighborhood. And so, Yeah, that's
wow.
yeah.
So how did you get to California?
Oh my goodness.
Ohio to California.
Well, we were sent here. My husband and I were running a center in Miami, Florida. We were running an outreach center for homeless and drug addicts in Miami, Florida. Who wants to leave Miami, Florida?
Most people don't.
Right? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we were sent there by our pastor running a center for homeless and men and women of addiction in Miami. And we were there for about a year or so. And then the shelter over here and the church started kind of like going down, spiraling down. So my pastor sent my husband and I to come down here in Echo Park. It was in Echo Park.
Yes, I know where that's at.
Yeah, so we were in Echo Park and we began to run that. And then we moved to South Central. We were on 89th and Vermont from 2002 to 2008. And so when we came in 2002, it was crazy because we had been in Miami and we just knew that wasn't our final destination.
Yes.
But when we got to South Central, and even though it's crazy over there, but that's the target population God wanted us to reach. You know, the homeless, the gangbanger, the drug addicts, the distrodden, the disenfranchised. So that's where God was placing us. And so we just knew, like, I don't know, it's just something in your gut. Like, this is home. Like, this is home for us. We're never going to leave here. This is where we're going to raise our children.
Yes.
So our kids went to Inglewood Christian School, Fred Price School. So we sent them. Yeah. So we were in South Central there. And from 2002 to 2008, then he uprooted us and relocated us to Pomona.
Okay.
And in 2008. And I was sharing with the Lux owner here of our story.
Candace.
Yes. How we came about the facility. We found this place and it was a 10-bedroom mansion.
Wow.
In Pomona. And it was feasible to relocate our residents, our clients from South Central to Pomona. So we had enough rooms, 10 bedrooms.
Yes.
So we're like, good, we're good. And so we started, it was being managed by Century 21. And so they were managing it. We were paying them our rent. Well, lo and behold, we were there for about a year. And then all of a sudden we get a pink slip on the front of our door. Well, the owner stopped paying his mortgage and it was going into foreclosure and into auction. Okay. So they wanted, the bank, of course, wanted to get paid their full money and we didn't have the full money. We didn't have it. And so we just started, my husband and I just started, just praying and asking God. And my husband was like, well, I was a former Chicago police officer. So people in Chicago was offering him jobs to run their security, their security, office. Yes. And so anyways, so we're like, well, if I have to, we'll just relocate back to the Midwest, East Coast, but anyways, long story short, Chase found out about us and corporate office decided to donate us that 10-bedroom mansion so that we could continue to serve the homeless population in the city of Pomona, because it's an epidemic, in LA County, period.
But that was nice that was nice because most corporate people don't care.
I know. Listen, everybody says that. They're like, Chase? Did they get what?
Hey, Chase Bang. Wow.
They're like scratching their head, right?
Yes.
And it's crazy because when the executive corporate officer contacted us, he told my husband, he's like, listen, he's like, you must have a direct line to God or something.
Yes, because that's a miracle.
Yeah, that's what he was basically saying.
That's a miracle.
Chase is not in the business of donating 10-bedroom mansions.
They're not. No. He must have woke somebody up at 2, 3 in the morning to give him that,
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know what? I have a question because, obviously the show is about purpose and passion.
Yes.
So where does your passion come from to help people that, gang related or on drugs? Like, is there a connection from your past?
Oh, yeah.
Please talk about that.
Yes. I was, well, that's my lifelong passion is empowering, equipping, and encouraging women. And so, yes, that used to be me in from for 11 years, I was on drugs,
Yes.
myself, homeless, and in domestic violence relationships. As a matter of fact, it's only by the grace of God I'm alive. I escaped a near-death situation. The last time I was with my kid's father, he had went out and got drunk, and he had a blackout. He was a drunk. He was an alcoholic, and he had a blackout, and he came in the house and he started arguing with me. We started, physically fighting. Yeah. And so we were fighting, and he was like, I'm going to show you. And he got up, and I was laying on the floor. He had broke my arm. I was laying on the floor. Oh, wow. My arm was broke, and his mom was there screaming. And I just saw a look in her eyes, Raina, and of terror, like I never seen in before. Yes. And I just knew it was something. Yes. And I didn't know where he went. I was just, we had fought many a times, but this particular time he had blacked out, and I heard his mom say, get out, go now. Yes. And so I just got up with my broke arm, and I took off down the street in the middle of broad daylight. It happened to be like 10 o'clock in the morning. Wow. And next thing I know, I look back, he's chasing me in broad daylight in the middle of the street with a butcher knife.
Oh my
gosh. With a butcher knife.
Wow.
I ran inside a liquor store that happened to be in the corner, and I ran in there and I jumped over the counter, and I was hiding. I was like shaking. I was like, help me, help me. I was telling the guy, like, help me, but he never went in there. I don't know where he went, but the cops were called, and I never returned, of course, yes. But I knew that it was only by the grace of God that I survived that situation. And so because of that pain, God has a way of preparing us, to position us, to propel us into our purpose and into our passion. And so my pain was my launching pad, if you will, into my purpose and into my passion. And I remember God saying to me, you're going to help women like you. You are going to serve women, and you are going to be a voice to the voiceless. You are going to serve women that are hurting, that are broken. And so, and so I just started. I went into a program and got some help, and started working on myself at first, and just started going through that process of working on myself. And in the process, God began to put that desire, that purpose. I started having dreams of me speaking on stages. I started having dreams of me talking to women, and I would wake up and I'm like, oh my God, like, course. So, and so from that, and so I just started, and then I graduated from the program, and then I was asked to start mentoring women, being like a peer-to-peer support. So I began like a peer-to-peer support for the girls in the program after I graduated. And I just felt like, this is my niche. This is it. This is why God created me. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. This is my purpose. Wow. This is why I was born. You know what I mean?
No, that's powerful. Yeah. Because it's like, how did it feel? Because sometimes when I reflect back on me, I was a backslider. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not in the church way. I just say because it sounds kind of good for it, because it's like you can be an addict, but you find yourself okay, and then you're going back again. Yeah. And then finally one day you get that opportunity to say, I don't need it no more. Yeah. I'm fine. Like I can, live normal again. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So when that happened for you, how did that feel to be released of all of that and to be able to walk like freely? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like not to want or urge for
crave
anything.
Or the desire. Yeah. I mean, and your show is Purpose and Passion, right? Purpose and Passion?
Yes.
Right? And when God started giving me dreams that I was going to be speaking to women and showing me on stages, speaking to audiences of women, empowering, equipping, and encouraging women, that's what made me like, no, I have something to live for. Yes. Like I don't have to live my life in drugs or in alcohol. I don't have to destroy there is something bigger, you know, that there's something out here that I am placed on this earth to do.
Yes.
You know, and so it was believe it or not, there's a scripture. It says, without a vision, my people perish.
Yes, correct.
And vision is basically purpose. Your lifelong calling, your purpose, your niche, for the reason why you were put on this earth, you know? Yes. And so when God started giving me those dreams, the desire for drugs and alcohol
went out the door.
Yeah, I was like, no, I have a purpose and I have to do this. I have to be a voice to the voiceless. I have to go out here and help these girls like me.
Yes.
Like there's other Sandras out in the streets, lost in drugs, lost in homelessness, lost in domestic violence, being abused.
Yes.
No, I have to go help these. I felt like it was my, like that's my responsibility. Like I have to do this.
Yes.
You know? And so that's what, for me, freed me from addiction, is that there was something bigger, a dream, a purpose bigger than myself that God wanted me to fulfill.
So you and your husband, you know, he got sick.
Yeah.
And he crossed over.
Yeah.
So, you know, tell the viewers a little bit about that experience, because, you know, I still have a husband, right? I don't know how it is to lose your significant other. You know, I can imagine it hurts.
Yeah.
But like, what was that journey for you?
Oh my goodness. Wow. First of all, it was unexpected. You know, my husband and I had got COVID in 2020, December. And so we were both sick in the bed. However, my wifely duty, I don't know what it was, like survival. Like I saw him, he was slowly, my husband had all of the, the other illnesses, underlying illnesses. He had diabetes. He had high blood pressure. He had just been diagnosed by a specialist he was seeing for cirrhosis of the liver, because the diabetes was starting to eat up his liver. So then we got COVID. And so, but anyways, I just saw him. He had just stopped talking. And, you know, if you know anything about my husband, he's a jokester. Even if he's sick, I mean, he's just a comedy. That's what made me fall in love with him, because he kept me laughing, you know.
Beautiful.
He would just say funny things and have me rolling, you know. And so, but he had just stopped talking. And so long story short, he wouldn't go to the hospital. I had to call his brother, our kids, and his family in Chicago. And I'm like, he was having trouble breathing. And I'm like, he wouldn't go he kept like, I'm not going to go. Like basically he was saying, and he said this, he's like, when COVID was happening and we were watching the news and seeing the death toll and all this, and he was like, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I want to die here with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand that.
And so, but I didn't want him to die. I didn't want to, you know, I couldn't handle it. And I'm like, no, you have to go to the hospital. So he went to the hospital, and in a matter of a week, I took him on a Saturday, and by the following Sunday, he was dead in a week. Wow. He was gone. And I remember just going, they let me come and see him on Sunday. They let me, and I said, why are you guys letting me see my husband? I told the doctors and the nurses, you guys are not letting nobody up in this hospital.
Yeah.
I said, don't play with me.
Yes.
Just be honest. And so I'm like, he's going to pass this. And they were like, yes.
Yeah. The vital
We've done
signs
all
and
we
everything.
can. We've done all we can. And so, to be honest, I was lost. I mean, like any wife, we were married for 20 years, you know, so to lose my husband in a week's time after being married, I thought it was just going to be a regular hospital, because he had been in the hospital before.
And then he's coming
home. I never thought he's not coming back home.
Yes.
Never. I never thought that. Like he's going to be okay.
Yes.
You know, my husband was my hero. He's like 6'2". He's strong. He's, you know, you met him.
Yeah,
he's like,
course,
you know, so, but yeah, it was a very devastating time. 2021. Was a very, along with 2020, but 2021 was a very time of just grieving.
Yes.
And it's funny because God had asked me as a pastor and as a leader, there's so many people in the community of, in leadership, in the ministerial clergy arena, that I'm so sick of them putting on shows like their life is not a mess. They never hurt. They never have pain.
Like that perfect picture kind of thing.
Yes, we love God, but we hurt. Yes, we love God, but we go through depression. Yes, we love God, but we still don't understand everything. You know, and so God challenged me to start posting my journey. Posting my journey of the death of my husband, of COVID, on my Instagram page and my Facebook page. And I didn't want to do it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't want to do it, right? Because I was hurting so bad, you know, and so it was just a difficult time. There's no other way to say it. You know, you can't go around it. You can't go under it. You can't avoid it. It's there. It's your reality.
It's in your face.
Yeah, it's your reality. And so I had just to face it and grieve and cry. And so, yeah, that's what I did. 2021, just took the time out and just grieved and took that time. Yeah.
And then after you grieved, did you start a process? Because God was showing me the process of you. Like it's like you.
Yeah.
Like when you were married, it was both of you guys.
Right.
But when he passed and crossed over to his next assignment, now you're here and it's about you. Meaning like your journey solo.
Right.
So did you have that spiritual awakening?
Yes.
Because that's what God was showing me, but I didn't know how to reach out because I was like, oh, that's a touchy subject, you know. But that's what I felt because I was like, she's about to have a spiritual awakening about her.
Right.
You know, Pastor Sandra. Like it's now this is it. This is my journey. This is what I'm gonna do. And I gotta keep it moving.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So talk about that little journey.
Oh my God. So, I mean,
actually,
where do you
big journey.
I was about to
like,
say,
it's not a little journey, it's a big journey.
Where do you want me to start?
Yeah, like once you did the healing process, like when did that spiritual awakening happen? And about like, you know, okay, Sandra, you know, this is about you now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do?
Right. Exactly.
What does Sandra want to do?
Exactly. So I had a vision. He showed me because I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
So he gave me a vision and he showed me a butterfly. But the butterfly was sitting outside of the cocoon. I saw the empty cocoon, the shell of the cocoon.
Yes.
And the butterfly, and I heard the word emerge.
Oh,
yeah.
Powerful. Oh my God.
And I heard the word emerge. And so I heard God say that you're about to emerge. You're coming out of an old shell.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything of the past is the past.
Yes.
And you're about to emerge onto a whole nother level in a whole new journey, whole new territory, whole new arena. It's all going to be new. It's going to be anything unlike you've ever experienced before. It's going to be completely new. And there are going to be times, and through it, there was one time, Raina, that it was so overwhelming that he was telling me, he was giving me visual and showing me that he was going to emerge me into another level and platform and arena that I fell in my bedroom. Like it was so overwhelming, like and intimidating.
Yes.
Have you ever been like, well, I'm sure with you.
I'm ready for mayor. I'm ready for mayor. Yes, I understand. I feel you. Like, God, seriously? Like, you want me on this assignment?
Exactly.
Like, okay. I was blocking that for a long time.
Yeah.
And finally I was just like, man, you know, he put certain people in my life.
Yeah.
The owner, you know, of Lux Media Studios was one of them.
Yes.
You know, and it was other few of them, like Josefa and other people that was just like, if you don't do it now, when will you ever do it?
Wow.
You know, and then they're fearless on their personal journey.
Exactly.
So if you surround yourself by these powerful women, it's within a time that you're going to blossom and say, wait a minute, God is putting me in front of these ladies because he's like, hey, I'm sending these ladies for you to inspire you because you're just like them. Even if you don't feel it yet, but you're just like them.
Right.
So yes, I understand. I was scared for years.
Yeah. So can you imagine my husband and I been running our shelter together. Now I'm the decision maker. I'm the final decision maker, the executive director, the CEO of Total Restoration Ministries. Now all of this responsibility is placed on me now. I've inherited this whole, nonprofit, know, and so everything the decisions are being put on me. And so I felt so overwhelmed, but listen, I'm on the ground and I'm crying. I'm feeling so overwhelmed, so intimidated by it all. And I just heard God's audible voice, and he lifted me up and he said, "Daughter, arise." And he picked me up. And then that's when later on, months later, he had told me about Emerge. And so I know that this is the time. This is our time, Raina.
Yes, it is. This is the year for the woman.
Yes.
That's why I told people last year, it's like, if you don't accomplish what you want, you're going to be left behind.
Yes.
So your 2022, you're going to repeat 2021 and 2022.
Exactly.
And I have a friend that is kind of fighting with that. And I told her to go make that change. And then my mentor Candace said the same thing, make that change.
Right.
And she didn't make that change. And, today it's ironic that, she called me, feeling down. And I told her, you have to take action.
That's right.
You have to take action. No matter how scared you are, you got to do it.
That's right. And I'll even take it a step further. This is the year of the underdog.
Hey, yes. I like that. I like that.
This is the year that the no names are going to become the new names.
Ooh.
This is the year that everything we've gone through, everything was necessary. Everything that we've been through, the heartache, the loss, the betrayals, the challenges, the doors that closed, the doors, all of it was preparation. As I mentioned earlier to the Lux owner here, we were being prepared and positioned to propel us into our purpose.
Ooh,
this is our year. This is our year. And so this is the year of the new, this is the year of the underdog, and this is the year of the no names that are going to become the new names.
Wow.
Right? And so we're walking in that. And like you said, those that don't get a hold of this revelation or that
spiritual awakening.
Yes, exactly. If they don't grab a hold of it, they're going to be left behind. And I'm not going to be left behind.
Not me either, girl. Not me either. No, I don't. I'm on the train right now. We're on the train right now as we speak.
Exactly. Doing it afraid, knees knocking, still feeling inadequate, insecure. It's not without its challenges. It's not without having moments of insecurity or moments where you have heartache or disappointment, or somebody that promised you something that they've been backed out on it, and that you don't, but you wipe your tears, you get up and you dust yourself off, and you keep it going. Man. You keep it moving forward.
That is so powerful. It's so beautiful to just hear different perspectives about this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what are you doing now?
Oh, God.
Okay. Because I know you got some woman empowerment stuff going on. So talk to the viewers about that.
Yes. So right now I'm in the process of launching Emerge curriculum. So I'm going to video it next Saturday. It's a workbook and a video, a DVD. It's to empower and to equip and to encourage women who have what I have battled with for so many years. It's a, how do I want to say it? It's a tribute to my own journey, of identity. There has never been a time, I believe, that women are having such an identity crisis, and it's because we are constantly sent messages all the time, whether it's through social media, whether it's through billboards, that you have to look this way, you have to drive this, you have to be this, you have to be that. And it's such an identity crisis, and we're always being challenged to be comfortable in our own skin, right? And so this emerging curriculum is for those women who have those battles, and to embrace their identity, flaws and all, right? And that we don't have to be perfect all the time, and we don't have to know it all the time, and we don't have to be the smartest one in the room all the time. That it's okay. I was telling the Lux owner that I had to finally break down and say, I need to hire people in my nonprofit as the executive director and collaborate with some consultants, because I've hit a like a stagnated. I've come to a stuck. I'm stuck in this part right here in in this nonprofit, and I don't have all the answers.
Yes.
And it's okay to say, bring other experts in and say, help me. Can you help me? And it's okay to show vulnerability and transparency and say, I don't have all the answers. So this year I have decided to launch, I have a 30-day devotion that is with the publishers now, and my curriculum. And of course, I'm just ready to travel and speak. God is opening doors for me to travel. I've got invited to Alaska. I got invited to Ohio. So I'm ready to travel and to speak. And of course, continuing to keep the legacy. I've launched, it's about to launch Royal Kindness.
Oh,
my husband, no matter where he was, and it's going to be a tribute. It's going to be for outreach, feeding homeless.
Yes.
We've always done feeding during the holidays, giving out toys to families like you do. I see you do. And so it's a tribute to him, because listen, he would make me so angry, Raina. We would be on an anniversary. We would be on a dinner date. And if we were in a city and there was a homeless person, he would stop and he would go over and talk to them for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, I'm trying to get to the movie. I'm trying to get to the dinner reservation. But he just had that heart. And so it's in tribute, a legacy. His name is Royal. And it's a tribute to his character, kindness.
Wow. That's
so
beautiful.
Royal Kindness is about to be launched in March.
Yes.
And we're going to start continuing to do what he loved to do. It's a tribute to him and his legacy, that he was kind all the time, you know, and so that, and then just speaking engagements and just, so those are the things that I got going, and I'm excited.
I'm excited for you because I feel the energy.
Yeah.
So how can my viewers, find you on social media?
Well, they can reach out. I'm on Instagram as the famous one. No, I'm just kidding. Sandra Perez Webster. You can also find me on Facebook, Sandra Perez Webster, and I'm also on TikTok as Preacher Lady 01. So I'm trying to reach a different audience with TikTok. So see where that goes. I haven't really done anything with it, but I just feel like there's a greater audience for that. Yes. So those places.
And especially for the younger teenagers too.
Exactly.
Yeah, TikToks. Exactly. Everybody love the TikToks.
Yes.
Somebody talking about, you need a TikTok. I said, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I see it, but I don't know how to function it.
Yeah.
I think a few years back I had one because the students did it for me.
Yeah.
But I did not know how to work it.
Yeah.
So I deleted the whole app because I said, I don't have time for this.
Yes.
But one day I will. Yes. One day I will, because I know obviously when November comes and I win the election.
Yes.
I want to be able to reach the youth through TikTok.
Yeah.
Make funny stuff with the students.
Yes.
Because I plan to create a youth group. I want to build leaders.
A mentorship.
Yeah. I want to build leaders because I know there's youth out there that would love to either be a councilman or councilwoman,
that's right.
Mayor, future mayor,
an entrepreneur,
school district, run for school district, anything in politics.
Yes.
So how do you help them? You create something for them.
Right.
So then they can be the youth voice of Inglewood.
Yeah.
So that's one of my things, that my passion is definitely working with the youth. And it's just a huge passion. I love helping people in general, but I know one day, very soon, that God will bless me with abundance, so that I'm able to bless other people with, with the opportunity to create their own abundance and give back to my community on a bigger level. Yeah. So I see a lot of good things coming in the future, and I'm just so excited that you're here today. And thank you so much for gracing our show and your awesome energy, that swag energy. Oh my gosh. So, hey, it's Raina. And let me tell you something. Today, I'm just so pumped up. I have like this energy inside of me, like a fireball. And I'm just so excited just to be able to use my platform to show my guests and their inspirations that they give back and what they're doing to inspire you guys. So until then, this is Raina Carrillo with Purpose and Passion signing out. Have a blessed day.
Bye. Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from